The nutshell version of her story is she obviously has herpes, otherwise she's horribly nicknamed. And she was dating this guy for like 3 months, like totally head over heels. They were going away on trips together, just great sex, everything's good. But she didn't tell him that she had herpes, right? Mm-hmm. And so then finally she did come clean about it, but after they had had sex for 3 months, and she was on the phone, and actually I told her to call in today if you are listening about to call in, because she sent me another email, because her and the first guy, it's over.
Didn't she call in already?
No, she called in because she has eyeball cancer or something too.
Oh.
Right? Wasn't that Val?
Quite a catch.
Wasn't that Val who had she was going in for some sort of surgery?
I knew we talked to her recently, but I didn't know what it was about.
Yes, she was going in to have some sort of surgery where she's draining her eyeball, but she emails again because she has a new boyfriend. Oh. And now remember when we talked to her, you were like, Val, you got to own it. If you got herpes, you can't be, you just have
I told her to only date people with herpes.
Yeah, she didn't listen to that part. She picked one of them there guys that doesn't have it. But she said I was trying to do what Frank said and just own it, and she did, but she fell a little short. But she says, "Hey Heidi, it's Val. Just wanted to share that I met an incredible guy, went on 2 dates with him, and just told him about my herpes. I owned it, like Frank said I'm supposed to do." He has now been doing research and getting tested, although we did not have sex unless you count oral. We both gave to each other.
Oh, I think when someone starts kissing down your belly button.
That was like the first thing we told her not to do.
I know. So she told him before they had sex.
Oh.
But not. Yeah, can you imagine?
You're talking Lysol.
Yeah, so she's like, I did it. Well, I kind of did it. So she's baby stepping into doing the right thing. She says so.
I think I'd be more apt to tell somebody who's planning on licking my sore spot.
Yeah.
Me
as
too.
Opposed to just porking my sore spot.
Because either way, it's like you can get it on your lip or you can get it on your lip or your dick. I mean, either way, it's awful. I mean, at least the dick, you can put underwear on and hide it. The lip, you're like, oh, hey, Bob. Oh, that's awful.
But then I'll assume it's that simplex that's supposed to be on a lip.
Like that you get like a cold sore and you're stressed or out in the sun or whatever.
I got genital herpes on my lips.
I delivered to this girl when I worked at Papa John's. Like every other month, I'd have the delivery to her, and she had her outbreak. She couldn't go out because she had, and so like for that week or so, like I'd deliver her pizza like pretty much every day.
Did she ever offer like sex?
God.
No. Oh God, I could barely look at her. I felt so awful. But
it is. You do feel bad.
It's the most disfiguring, hideous thing that could ever happen to your face.
Because I do get cold sores. I mean, have you ever had one?
No.
I have gotten them, and
so you have herpes?
Not really.
What do you mean you get cold sores? That's herpes.
Yeah, I do. But I got the medicine from my doctor that if I feel a tingle, he just gives, and then I don't get one. It's weird. But I don't have it down there, and I certainly wouldn't if I had, something on my lip. I wouldn't be like, hey, baby, you want to... I mean, I wouldn't even kiss you. I wouldn't even get anywhere near you if I had that.
No, I saw a study done, or not really a study. They asked delivery drivers, like how many have been offered, different things than cash for whatever they're delivering. And it was a pretty high number. So like maybe 26% or 30% have been offered sex or drugs or booze or something else besides... cash for pizza or whatever they're delivering. And you were a delivery guy for a long time. How many years?
Like 3.5.
You are like this, in every porn movie, that's what they always, the go-to is pizza's here, the pizza delivery guy.
Yeah. Did you ever get offered anything besides cash?
Oh, yeah.
Like what?
Well, one time I delivered, remember, this is the San Fernando Valley. So I delivered to this one house and like just boxes and boxes of porn. They must have been like distributors or something like that. And so she handed me like 10 DVDs or something.
Wow.
And yeah, I went back in and I distributed them to the guys at the store.
That's way better than, the $2 they usually get.
No,
Did you have to call that in and say, okay, they want to pay with porn? Do I accept this payment?
Yeah.
No, that was my tip actually.
Oh, the tip was the
my
porno.
tip. Yeah. So
that's a good tip.
Yeah, and then 1 year on 420. I got to the house and I could smell it, as I got there, I was like, oh, that smells good. And so
They're saying the same thing about your pizza, and you're like,
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
they open the door and they're like,
Stand
hey.
off. Throw the weed out. Throw the pizza in.
And they invited me to their garage, and they were like, if you smoke out with us, we'll give you a $10 tip.
that's
And-
why pizzas end up not coming on time, or when they drop them off, they're cold. It's the pot smokers that have been partying at the previous house.
Well,
Bastard.
You gotta. Sometimes you gotta. And so
You didn't think they were gonna like take you inside and rape you?
they were like
Do guys ever worry about that?
20-year-old girls who
Oh.
yeah.
Oh my God, Jeff.
Yeah, is
I think I'd have been fired that night because I wouldn't have left 10 minutes later.
yeah. They totally invited me to come back too, but I had just gotten married. Like no, I was getting married. It was like the year before I got married, so I was engaged.
Talk about bad
And,
timing.
Yeah.
It's always how it happens. See, you had the stink on you, and they were like, "Oh, yeah."
They knew. They must have known I was taken. That's the only reason that they.
That was the only.
that was the only reason.
2 times. The one was porn, weed, and that's it.
Yeah, the other guys have at the store have been offered sex and.
Did they take it?
I don't think so. Because there's this one fat lady who always offered it to this dude who had to deliver to her.
You think
And
she'd be more interested, honestly?
Yeah.
She's more excited about her pizza getting there. You know what I mean? Than
Yeah, she'd always hold the money, he'd say, and she would be wearing this wife beater that's too small and see through, and having these saggy boobs. And she said that she would just hold the $20 there, and she would say, "Make a choice."
I choose a life.
Yeah, and then he just left and just didn't take the money or the woman.
No, he took the money, but he was offered 3 or 4 times from her until she caught on.
And she thought she was that hot.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's your
Yeah, she was yeah.
Oh my God!
She'd probably been eating her pizza while he's doing her. Where's my breadsticks?
I ordered chicken kickers. Come on.
Yeah.
Where's my dipping sauces?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Papa John's dipping sauces.
She's pouring the garlic butter all over his wang.
Making penis palatable. Garlic
Did you
butter.
have people who ordered so much that you got to know them? It's just like, hey,
Oh,
Bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
You knew their order. Bill calls out
Yeah.
hey, it's Bill. Hey, Bill, I'll be there in
Yeah.
20 minutes with your pizza.
Yeah, I stopped looking at addresses after a while. I just see the name and I
You
know where
knew.
to go. Yeah, yeah.
I always wonder that, if you tip really well, are they? And my address is in the thing where, they tip really well there. Do you fight over?
Absolutely. No, we cannot that. But if I have a run of 3 deliveries and I know that the person at the end of the run is a good tipper, I'll always go to them first. And yeah.
Okay, so it does-
you guys are good. You said you tip well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So you guys,
But
you're
she's getting cold pizza, so obviously something's wrong.
Well, no, I used to, but I don't go to that particular establishment anymore. When you get the cold peach, she's like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But you're
you
right.
never answer the door and your little
Oh yeah,
panties
yeah,
and-
I do. And there have been many times where Chris will be like, "I'll get the door," and I'm like, "What? I'm fine." She's like,
What are you wearing?
Oh well, I do. Hopefully, I look a little better than Fatso.
Well, that's bigger than $20. Your choice.
Your choice. Yeah, at home is usually teeny tiny little shorty shorts.
Excuse me, sir, I can see your panties.
I do the wife beater, no bra, and the little tiny shorts, and usually Ugg slippers if it's a little chilly on the floor, or the flip flops. So yeah, I wear very little at home. Not that I should. I always have a zip up hoodie, sort of on the bench by the door, so that I can just throw that on, so you don't.
Because
see
that covers a lot.
Well, but it's at least you're not seeing my.
I see your panties.
No, I have little shorty shorts on, little knit,
No, I don't know what little knit shorty shorts are.
like a drawstring short. You know. What I'm
like
talking
those
about.
Victoria's
gym
Secret
shorts?
pink ones.
Yeah, but all just plain white, plain short. Not like
they're
not like
down to your
coaches.
they're down to your
No,
knees.
no.
You're going out.
No, they're
So basketball
get a
shorts
pickup
on.
game.
Your high tops, your Nike, your pumps.
Yeah.
Getting ready to.
But I always throw that on because I got the see-through wife beater on usually. What were we talking about? Oh, Val. We were talking about herpy Val.
Oh yeah, I thought we were done with Val.
Well, she just said, I told him that if he does have herpes, it wouldn't be from me because all he did was go down on me, and he would have.
God.
I know he would have already started to see signs because I wasn't having an outbreak. There was no perfect time to tell him. Well, you should have probably told him before he went down on you. But unlike the last time, I didn't wait and tell him 3 months down the line after we had had sex. Although in hindsight, probably shouldn't have done oral either. It's all a learning process. Nobody's perfect. If he decides not to be with me, I won't be heartbroken. Just sad. Like Frank said, this will always be a guy's get out of the relationship card.
Yep.
That,
So you've got to be a pretty good woman, Val.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says, thank you guys for helping me erase the stigma out of my thought process and just own it. I have herpes. I really hope that he can see past this. So I haven't heard from her, and I told her to check in because she didn't know if he was going to stay with her or not. But I don't think he's going to. I think he's like, yeah, let me do some research. I'm going to go get tested, and then if